What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse and welcome back to the channel. It's been quite a bit of time since we released a video and we have nobody to blame but this guy. So today we're going to be doing my most popular video on my YouTube channel. Is my Harry Potter fan theories video. I had some problems with volume on that one, so I thought I would do a part 2 to this. But in this video I'm going to flip it around and it's going to be debunking Harry Potter fan theories. So if you love Harry Potter fan theories, might not like this video because we're going to talk about them, kind of pick them apart, and there's one key thing that we're going to talk about here in the video, and that's going to be death of the author. So we're not going to take what J.K. Rowling says in this video. If you want to believe what she says outside the video, that's fine. I like to listen to what she says about the series as well. But for all intents and purposes, the books are done. Whatever she says does not matter in this context. Just talking about fan theory supported by the text. Okay? Alright, let's jump into it. We'll put up my favorite Harry Potter quote right there. Now let's do it. I'm going to start out with one Harry Potter fan theory that I like. And the rest of these I'm going to talk about and decide if they are good or not good. But one that I don't hear a lot of people talking about is the Voldemort curse, the Defense Against Dark Arts position. Okay, so this theory says that after Voldemort has left the school, he came back a few years later trying to get the Defense Against Dark Arts position. He talks to Dumbledore. Dumbledore senses his cruelness or badness of heart and just denies him the position. And then the theory says that Voldemort puts a curse on the position, and that's why we have nobody ever last more than 1 year in the Defense Against Dark Arts spot. I really like this theory. I think it's a good explanation for why nobody makes it past a year. I mean, I think that's a big gaping hole in the book, and that's a nice way to explain it away. So I like that theory. If you like that one, let me know. I haven't seen a lot of it online. The rest of these are going to be coming from ScreenRant.com. I'll put their YouTube channel and the link for all the theories in the description below. But let's just jump right into it. The first one that I'm going to talk about is Arthur Weasley was under the Imperius Curse. I really don't like this one. It's nothing personal, I just don't like it. The way that this one is supported by the text in the article here is they're going off of Barty Crouch Jr. disguised as Moody in the Defense Against Dark Arts class, where he Ron correctly describes the Imperius Curse, and then he goes, "Your father would know a lot about that one." But what this doesn't say is the next line is, "It gave the Ministry a bit of trouble in the past." So he's referring to Arthur Weasley having to deal with other people being Imperius cursed. I don't see anything else into this theory. If they could give me a little more evidence, just like maybe a couple more lines from the text that could support it some more, then maybe I would be willing to accept it. But just off of that alone, I can't go with it. The second theory we're going to talk about is Harry hallucinated the whole thing while living in the Dursleys' cupboard. Guys, come on, this is the worst theory I've ever heard. This is literally, oh my god. Okay, the amount of people who think this is a good theory too just really bugs me, because why would, okay, let's just think for 1 second. Why would J.K. Rowling, let's deny death of the author for 1 second. Why would J.K. Rowling write a 7-book series about a child who hallucinated the whole thing and not wrap it up with that? So if that is possible, let's say that that actually happened and J.K. Rowling's intention was to make it a hallucination. Harry Potter dreamt it up in the cupboard of his underneath the stairs because he was beaten so badly. Why would she not end it there? Why would she not wrap up the whole books? Oh yeah, also, by the way, this is the worst way to end this story. he dreamed up the whole thing. Why wouldn't it be on Pottermore? You know, this is why I just hate this theory. This is the worst way to end a story. It's the biggest cop-out I've ever seen. In some movies do this, but oh my god, it's terrible. Alright. Number 3. Quirrell was trying to take out Neville during his first flying lesson. Okay, this one right here actually supported by the text and the movie. So during the first flying lesson, Neville loses control of the broom, and in the movie, it looks very similar to when Harry loses control of the broom. So you can kind of see that one in the movie. We're not going to really talk about the movies too much, but that one is supported by the movie. It's also supported by the text because it's described in a very similar way. Considering the other Chosen One theory, which is a great theory, by the way, that's one of my favorites. It would make sense that Quirrell would try to take out Neville Longbottom along with Harry, and since they're taken out in a similar way, I like this theory a lot. I think it's a good theory that's supported by the text and the movie, and it's a good one. You should look at that one. That's a great one. Alright. Another one of my most hated Harry Potter theories is the Dursleys are so mad all the time because Harry is a Horcrux. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, so Harry Potter's been in the family for 13 years as a Horcrux. He's the reason why they're terrible people. Okay, they're terrible when he gets there. Okay, they're terrible the first year he's there, the second year he's there, the third year he's there, all the way up. They're terrible the whole time. They didn't get terrible after a couple of years of being next to Horcrux. And then that even goes with the theory that all the time that Harry Potter spent with Ron and Hermione, and how come they aren't horrible people. In book 7 alone, they spent all that time with the Locket, and that's a short period of time, and they're starting to hate each other. Okay, so in my mind, this one is not supported by the text. I think that they're just terrible people, they're caricatures, and we just have to accept the fact that there's no way to explain away how bad they are of people. So, oh man, that's a tough one. I hate that one. I know a lot of people like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, this one is actually a really good theory. This is Dumbledore is death. I think everybody's heard this one. This is the theory that Dumbledore gives all of the Peverell brothers items to the people in the Harry Potter story. Making Dumbledore death, he gives the Cloak of Invisibility to Harry Potter. He gives the Resurrection Stone to Snape, and he also involuntarily gives the Elder Wand to Voldemort. So that makes him death. This is very, very much supported by the text. This is a great theory. This is a great way to take things that are in the text, put them together, and make a solid, conclusive theory. If you're looking for Harry Potter fan theories, this is a great one. This one, I believe, is grasping at straws. This is the obstacles Harry, Ron, and Hermione face in the Sorcerer's Stone, foreshadow the rest of the series. This is, if you are one of the people who believe that J.K. Rowling, after writing the first book, knew exactly where all of the series is going, you're crazy, man. She might have a rough outline, but that's about it, because there's so many retcons in the next books in the series. There's just no possible way that she knew exactly where she was going. So let's talk about it real quick. I think this one is, they're just grasping. They're grasping really hard trying to make a good theory, and I don't blame them. I love Harry Potter as much as the next guy. More than the next. I mean, look at this thing, man. I love Harry Potter. I wear this shit every day. You know what I'm saying? So, I understand where you're going, but let's just talk about it real quick. The first trouble they face is Devil's Snares. This is trying to connect to the Whomping Willow that Harry and Ron got in the second book. Second trouble is Broom and Wing Keys, which symbolic of Quidditch. I mean, these are just very general to me. Harry's attacked by Dementors and Prism Axeman. The third is the life-size chess, stylized like a graveyard, a puzzle leading up to the death, similar to the maze of Goblet of Fire. I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I mean, I see where you're trying to go with it, but it feels like the jumps are just too big for me. Ron is Dumbledore. One of the most outlandish theories of all of Harry Potter fandom. God, I want to like it so bad. I want to like it so bad because Ron is so understated in the books, especially. He doesn't get enough credit. I mean, towards the end of the series, he gets more credit as being a good wizard, but he's a good guy. He's a good wizard. He gets Hermione in the end. And also, we're calling him Dumbledore. We're calling him Dumbledore, guys. He's not Dumbledore. I don't believe this theory. This says that Harry Potter or Ron Weasley grows old, gets time turner, goes back in time, becomes Dumbledore, explaining why Dumbledore knows what's going to happen and why he's always one step ahead. I personally offer a second theory, and that is that Dumbledore sees into the future. There's a word for it in Harry Potter. I think it's Seers, S-E-E-R-S, maybe. Basically, he gets to see, he gets visions of the future. That's my explanation for why Dumbledore always seems to be one step ahead. Also, I think with this theory, it also takes away from Dumbledore, not giving him all the credit he deserves, because he is the biggest character in the book, excluding Harry Potter. And I think we need to celebrate how ahead of the curve he was and always is. So I like that theory, but it just doesn't fit for me. And the last theory we're going to cover today. I like this one a lot. Actually, you know, we'll do two more. I want to love this one. I really do. This is Mary Poppins and Harry Potter are in the same universe. This goes on to describe Hagrid and Mary Poppins as the same umbrellas or their wands, and explain away everything that happens in Mary Poppins. It's not supported by the text as far as anything other than the umbrellas, so I can't call it a Harry Potter theory. I do think it's interesting to think about, but that's as far as I'm going to go with it. Alright, the last theory we're going to talk about is Muggles and Wizards have already fought each other and the Muggles won. I mean, it's a good theory. It's a great theory, actually. This theory, let's just read it real quick. Helps explain one of the biggest plot holes in the series. Why do wizards have to hide? They are clearly superior to Muggles, and if they were to live out in the open, they could hold some of the most powerful positions in the world. However, for some reason, it is incredibly important to wizards that their world stays secret, and even stranger, that they seem to have an incredibly limited knowledge on the Muggle world. This is good. This is a great theory, actually, because why is the wizarding world so so focused on we're never gonna say it. so behind on the times. There you go. So antique, you know, like everything that's there is 50 or 60 years behind, maybe more. And this is a good theory right here. I like this one. It feels supported by the text as far as why do wizards have to hide. So this one, I think it's pretty good. I mean, you should read up on this one. It's pretty long. I don't want to read the whole thing to you. I'll leave a link to this website here in the description below. If you like these theories, let me know. If you disagree with me, please feel free to roast me in the comments. I love you guys either way. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. It'll be in the description below with the link to the website. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Later.